Hey, good evening. Are we still going to 60 cents on the short term? We'll take a look at the charts just in the short. Once I get through with the intro, and we'll take a look exactly where we're going. We were never just going to go to 60, or we were never just going to go to 85. We have to see what the pattern shows us. But we'll see I'll be able to answer that question once we get started here. So please make sure to hit the like button, everybody. It will greatly help push this community through the analytics, push us through the algorithm, so we'll have a stronger reach here. If you do watch this, whether it's during the live or after this is over, please hit that subscribe button if you watch, as we're getting closer to 19,500 subscribers. So I'd appreciate a subscription if you do watch the content and you get anything of value out of this live. Oh, Johnson, welcome in. Interesting evening indeed. Hello, Jorge, welcome in. Cryptic Crypto, good evening. So let me timestamp this very quickly. Good evening, 6:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, December 15th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Diamond in the Rough, welcome in. Silent Stacking, good evening. Wolosy, Mr. Bams, welcome in. I got a lot of people in here. Mo, Marcus, John Hall, Jose, good evening. Watch, recycle, repeat. Indeed, watch the content, recycle to friends and family, and repeat by coming back and watching the next update and or live. Rich, good evening. Nick Morales with a donation right off the bat. Wow, really, Nick? Thank you so much. The $1.99 donation, paying it forward there. I greatly appreciate that, as that is always greatly appreciated. As you know, I don't do any paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships of any kind. So the generosity of this audience is really something. So thank you very much, my friend. I greatly appreciate that, Nick, and I hope you're having a great night. So XRP right now looks bearish, down about 1.7 cents, or 2.68% to 61.48 cents. But I'm going to show you why if you go back to October and don't look at it in just like the weekly time frame, but you look at the formation that started in October, why it's still very much on a bull flag. So until it breaks down, you'd be expecting a better than 30% rise unless it breaks down. So I'll go into that, but this is why you have to make sure you stay in the formation and you go all the way back. I need to grab something to wipe my glasses. Somehow, someway, they are all, I can't deal with this. So please hit that like button. Please, please, please hit that like button. I'll be right back in 30 seconds. All right. So I just got to wipe my glasses off real quick. But the whole thing with XRP, we have very much so a formation that is still very much intact. And yes, it goes back to October. True, welcome in. Marcus, Free Toast, Nick, much love, Tom. We may have semi-different TA, but we view things the same. In the end, appreciate you doing multiple lives daily. Hey, thank you, Nick, so much. I appreciate that. Tanya, welcome in, love. I'm glad to see you in here. Terry and Messi, welcome in as well. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about, especially like Bitcoin's right at the 42,000 level, down about 1,000. What is that? 26 points. Bobby, welcome in. So let me get these back on. Oh, much better. Much better. Now I can actually, much better. Tanya, sold my H-bar. Tom kept hitting under the 083. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. We'll take a look at H-bar as well tonight. We'll take a look at H-bar. So with XRP, if we just look back from the pattern, so if you look at the bear flag setup, if you look at it from a whole, with just the entirety of this pattern, technically, we know it's set up different, but this, if we go into this chart, it might be harder to see. It's just, I have so much stuff on this chart. Let me just go into a neutral. This is just neutral. Besides, we have the pivot points underneath. But anyhow, forget that. You don't even need to pay attention to the bear flag. It's pay attention to from, and I'll show you the date. But look at this right here. That is still very much a bull flag. I mean, somebody can tell me if I'm wrong. I would love to hear if I'm wrong. Isn't this still very much a bull flag setup here? Until it's not. Like, I understand why a lot of people aren't looking at this, but this goes back into October. This started October 18th, this rally up. So if you look at it from that perspective, I think we're on a bull flag. And if you look at it in the weekly, it's trying to show it. And yes, it looks bearish, but that's technically, I don't think that's a long leg doji. I think this is more circulating towards a dragonfly, and even though it's kind of pulled down a little bit more than I would like. But yeah, there is a double cup and handle as well. You're right about that. Which means it could be a bullish handle on the first cup. But yeah, there's definitely a second cup and handle here. But if you go back, we've got the first one that we rounded out. The second one would get you up here. This is the first, boom, boom. But we finished putting it around. And then if you continue going out, you can see how you could evolve the pattern. But yeah, we still need to hit the top end up here again at 94.5. Could be if we round back up. That's what I think is trying to play for. Now, a lot of people are saying we're on a reversal candle in the weekly, but I'm not quite seeing it as a reversal candle. If I'm not mistaken, wouldn't the reversal candle be stretched out just a little bit more than that? I think this is a trap candle. If it's a reversal candle, I'm gonna take this off and this off of this chart for just a second, because we can already see it on the other chart. But if it's a reversal candle, you'd want to see it like this. This doesn't look like this. So let me know if I'm right or wrong. Does this candle look like this? Or does this look more like it's trying to be like a... It's not quite a... I mean, I guess technically it could be a dragonfly. Because that looks more bullish than bearish. It looks like there's more bullish pressure there. Thank you for the 44 who have hit that like button already. I greatly appreciate that. Please make sure to hit that like button as you're coming in here too. It will greatly help us push our reach. There's no doubt about that. This is positioning. Yep. Yep. That is true. Now, that's why I want to show everybody though. Just because that could happen there and it could be still in that bull flag that's been set up here for quite some time. Let me get rid of some of this mess. It doesn't mean it has to play out, and that's why I'm going to put it up so that we can actually see like what happens. How do we know? I'm going to get rid of this too, this back end, because I don't even care about this. This was from before. I have another chart that explains all of this. I'm not sure what happened here. I don't know what the hell is going on here. What is this? That must have been what I was pointing with. But what I do want to highlight is this bull flag setup. Because I really do believe that this isn't a... What the hell was that? Hopefully that was one of the cats. But I think we're in this... That was the cat. I seen my cat just walk by. Let's see. I think you can actually... This might be able to be played a little bit different even still. Because you want to go from here to this wick. I just can't seem to line it up properly. Hold on just a second. And like I always say, I'll take my time with this because I don't want it to... We've got to have this exactly how it's supposed to be. Otherwise, what's the point? I think that's pretty fair like that. And then it meets. That's why I always say, I always try to get it to where it meets. So, all right. That's the bull flag. I think that's pretty apparent that's what we're on. We just happen to be in the middle of it. So even if XRP were to come down a few percent from here, let's just say we come down. We have a 4% drop. Even if we come down to 597, that's fine. That's where you get that kind of 60-cent drop. That was your support. It's already come down there, though. Everybody keeps asking me, are we going back to 60? We already have. We already hit it once. And we went farther than 60. So I don't know if we're going to go back there again, but these are signifying reversal candles, ladies and gentlemen. These are reversals in the daily. The fact that it held it 2 days in a row and now we're in a thinly traded weekend, I would not be surprised if it rotated up here. I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at the pattern as logically as I can. Does this make sense? Do I sound like a complete asshole? Excuse my French. Wow, Tom, I'll be honest, you always sound like an asshole. I opened myself up to that one, didn't I, Bob? Wow, Tom, just look at the RSI. Isn't it in a good position to run up, for fuck's sake? Oh, fuck. Actually, Bob, now that you mentioned the RSI and the daily, it kind of does look like it's in a good spot. We kind of cleaned house here a little bit, didn't we? Even if we get rejected, you know, he made sense for once. Even if we get rejected, you would think you'd have a retest at 56. So on the chart perspective, it should put us up to... Shit, that might be able to get us up there. We'll see. But this is telling us, even on a rejection, we have enough room to run up to about 69 cent area. Even if we got rejected. So think about that on a thinly traded weekend. I believe futures cons rolled over as well. If that affects anything, that looked great, Tom. This is exactly what I was thinking. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Well, Tom, you see, I got a lot of fans here. They want me to give you hell. Of course they do, Bob. Why else would they want anything else? You know the deal, Bob. You're only loved as much as you're hated, right? Well, Tom, I don't know what the fuck that means. Bob, relax. Children in the audience as well. But, Tom, how did we already come down to 60? Not since yesterday's live. I'm saying we've touched it once. Like I was saying in yesterday's live, we don't have to come back down if it doesn't want to. It's not a foregone conclusion. We have to okay. When I say we have to hold 60 cents at all cost, that doesn't mean it has to come back down there. I'm saying we have to hold it at all cost. That's all. You don't want to come back below 60. You can come a little bit below it, but you don't want to come back into that area. That's what I was trying to signify. It doesn't mean it has to come back down there. It could. That's the tactical move. Like I was saying, that if you're referring to that, the technical move back down, if it breaks down here, would be the bottom at 60 cents before a bigger drop, if that's the case. That's what happened when this little flag formed, but that doesn't mean it has to come down. That's all I'm saying. It can show one thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come down there. But no, we haven't gone down there since yesterday. What did we come down to? We hit a touch here once. We haven't come back down yet since we came to about 61. It's a rough one at this point, because it's still showing that bearish tendency in this area. That's why looking at the other perspective, instead of just looking at it like this, where you've got the broken flag and we're just looking at it from December in the short term. I mean, look at the difference if you look at, whoops, I don't know what I just did here. I must have messed this up. Oh, maybe I took that one off. But the difference here is you're looking at this in the short term and you kind of just, there's nothing to even measure because we don't know how far it's going to come down. That's just the resistance on top. For all we know, right now, this is just working between the old bear flag, or the bear flag that was formed now, and the breakout. Maybe it is coming back down to retest at that 597. Maybe it is going to come back down here and retest this area again. That's where you'd be projecting it into if it breaks down. You can't lose that area. So maybe I was even wrong. I marked it too high. You could come down theoretically a little bit lower. That's why I put that bull flag out. Where exactly did the bull flag say? It was a little bit lower than this. Because this is absolutely relevant, this bull flag, because this started. Let's take this into a bigger time frame. I'm only doing this part, but when this flag came up, and just to put it in perspective, hold on. I've got a lot to say, and I've got so many things that's all coming out at once. Hopefully it doesn't sound stupid. But, like, we kind of came up in a... Hold on, let me draw one more. I don't even know if I necessarily like that. I'm trying to represent that, but I mean, just that's how we came up. That's the length of it right there. So when you're looking at, I mean, if you pull it back and you just look at it like this, you can kind of see exactly how tall this is, but it's so hard to see it because it's kind of on an angle. Like the way it came up, it consolidated in a weird way. So if I just, whoops, forgot to delete that. If you just look at it up and down, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. But that's where we came up. Let me squiggle in here. Let me squiggle in here. I'll just scribble it. So basically, we came up here. So that's your flag, right? All that movement was your flag pole. And there's your actual flag. So that's where it started. So it's a little bit easier to see it like that. We just, instead of going straight up, we went the dump, the dump, the dump, the dump, and then we go do. Now if it fills it out properly and breaks up, that's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to break out bullishly. You get that major consolidation. That's what you need to continue the rally, and then you attempt a breakout at some point. So we'll see if this plays true and that pattern holds. If it does, like I've been saying, we're targeting that 84 85 cent area for quite some time, because even if it's bearish, I believe it would still need to get a rejection, because this pattern formation started, unlike this that started in October, this one that we're trying to hit the resistance on started all the way back in January of 2018. So that's a better than 30% move. That's 34.3% from here still. Let me warn you though, if you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to use this and go long, or I'm going to use this and go short, and please make sure to hit that like button. 57 likes, 82 people watching. I think it's worth more than that. I really do. I think this is worth more than that. Most people would just charge you for all the information I give you. So unless you could always circumvent hitting that like button by sending a YouTube super chat or joining Tom's Army. I would love to see that. My birthday Sunday. We haven't had many new members of Tom's Army. I'd love to see a few new members leading into my birthday and Christmas. But last year, as I found out, many people around the Christmas season were the Grinches. So we'll see if that trend continues this year. We'll see if it can. Yep, Nick sent a $1.99 donation today too, and he also liked and sent. So here's the warning: if you're going long, I implore you, if we lose this 595 area, think long and hard if it's a real move down, because if you lose that, it's probably breaking down. And unfortunately, outside of this little fake out to the top side, if it did break down, and just consider this if you're long, if it breaks down, you'd be looking at a move somewhere around 52.5 cents. We've talked about that 52 cent number quite some time. Now, conversely, if you clone this, and you say, well, Tom, I know that's, now what happens if it just, hey, it bounces, oh, look at that. If it bounces, you're just looking at a move back to the top here. And that's at 68.8. And then we'd see again, can we break out of this bull flag, or is it going to continue the consolidation? As long as it keeps riding the support as it has, there's no reason to think that it's not going to continue the rally within the bull flag. So it's just a bull flag consolidation right now until it breaks down or breaks out. Typically, these will break out instead of breaking down. But with the mass manipulation, you never know. The trading bots are full at hand. I've said too much. Oh, Nick, I appreciate that. Anybody have an internet connection errors? I was yesterday, actually. Pretty bad, actually. It kept, well, I mean, it would instantly turn back on, but it kept resetting my stuff. I don't know what's going on. But today it's been fine. Not when I was doing lives or anything. I'm just talking about impersonal. But that's what you have to pay attention to XRP. And if you're going long or going short, I mean, you don't really want, I mean, it's a tough spot to go short here. You'd want to wait until this 595 is broken to go short. I'm just saying. If it breaks that triangle, what price it will go. First target would be 52.5 cents, my friend. That's the short target. That's the short target, but a longer target You're talking if it broke this structure to the downside completely and not just to like kind of like this neckline area. If it broke it completely, you'd be talking maybe back down to 37 to 38 cents, in my opinion. Batman top would be in at that point. 52.5 is kind of like your last attempt to hold this if it were to break down. It looks like it's trying to reverse course right now because it was bearish, and now we put in 2 reversal candles in a row. Bullish reversal candles. So something tells me on a thinly traded weekend, even though it looks like it could go down, it might not be so fast, my friends, with that thinking, because something doesn't seem right here, and when things don't seem right to me, they usually go up. At 72, I go to Tom's School of Crypto. I don't know about any of this, but I'm learning. Thank you, Tom. Hey, Cleo, thank you so much. At 72, that honestly, I'm actually honored to have you in the audience. It just shows that I actually have some kind of wisdom that I might not even value high enough. I like when the older generation is live here with me because you've seen it all. So if you're here, there's a reason, because you don't have time for bullshit at this point. And I get that. That's why I do what I do. And excuse my French, I know there's kids that could be watching around their parents. But yeah, it is awesome. It's awesome, isn't it true? That's the greatest gift of all. And JW, I did get your thing in the mail. I did not open it. I won't open it till Sunday. It's up to you. I'll probably open it in the morning when I wake up on my birthday, and then you'll be able to hear all about it on my live. Can't talk about it now because I don't know what the hell it is, or excuse me, why am I swearing so much tonight? I don't know what it is, but I will in time. Yes, indeed, Cleo. That's why I love this community. We understand the true value here. So, somebody brought up Solo, and then I want to go into H-bar for Tanya. So Solo, as you guys know, we bought at about 9.5 cents. We bought in this rotation. I didn't want to buy it when it popped this. Got somewhere between about, I keep saying 5,000, but when I looked at it, it's like 4,000. It's 4,000 Corium and Solo, and I underestimated a couple other ones that we did. So Corium and Solo, we have 4,000. But it's. Oh, did you go by? Good boy. So from where we bought it, I mean, Corium, and it's on an inverted hammer. It's up. It's doing very well today again. I mean, Solo, but Corium's doing really well today as well. I got ahead of myself, but let's go back into the daily so we can see this. This looks like it's getting ready to bounce up to like 18 cents. If this breaks up the next layer, we're about to have a bullish cross in the daily. Very bullish consolidation right now. Very, very bullish consolidation. And it really does look like we're about to bounce up to the top side here. I wouldn't be surprised if we go plus 18 cents. Honestly, now that we're out at the point we are, it's probably going to go to up here around 19 cents. Wouldn't be surprised. That is a very, very volatile move up. It's on the outside of the Bullflag. And XRP, if it can get to this point, oh baby. And Solo, remember, unlike XRP with 54 billion tokens, Solo's got what, less than 500 million, which is why we have exposure to Solo. And also Corium is right there, I believe, with just 100 million more tokens. And Corium we bought at 8.5 cents, and this son bitch taking off for us. We're almost up 100% here already. Up 9.5% today. And it's already broken out of that initial target. Why I said I didn't want to buy when it broke that structure, because of how quick it was going to move. That's exactly why, and now it's doing it. I mean, it's doing it at a pretty substantial level here. And look at the volume that's coming in here all of a sudden. I mean, it's spectacular in the month of December. Now you have to start looking at this target up here. I mean, it's shattering these. Could it get up that high? Probably not in one boost. Could it get to 26? I don't know, but we better have the targets out here. It could. You never know. You never know. So just enjoy the fact that Corium is doing what it's doing right now. And Solo is. But anyhow, I need to get back to what we're doing before I lose track of what I'm doing. H bar down 4.39%, sitting at a healthy 8 cents. It's just we came up here, we just couldn't hold 833. So now if we look at it, we have to go to a smaller time frame. There's the 20-day, 2 hourly. We've come through just a little bit. If I was gonna say where's the most, well, we have to go to the 30 as well. So basically, if this breaks 794 and gets rejected, so 7.9 cents. If you see it under there and it gets a harsh rejection around that level, that's where you know this pattern's starting to rotate a little bit. And then if it does, I mean, it's hard to say where it would rotate, but really we'd be going back to a daily time frame, and it could rotate as low as all the way back down to 7 cents. We don't know, because that's within the next level of the rising channel. So if it gets broken down here, it very well could come all the way back down. So watch 7.9, and then we'll take it from there. But 7 cents could be in the cards if it gets rejected here. So we'll see. So Tanya, not looking like a bad move. Not looking for a bad move. You've definitely caught it within a consolidatory phase. So if you were going to do it, that's the rejection you'd be looking for. Just rolled the J and stepped outside in your live. Excellent. Excellent. No, I did not see what that said. Tom, which coin was the what? I don't know. I didn't get to see the rest. XLM. He said, Tom, which coin is the biggest sleeper right now in your opinion? Well, purely because of price. Purely because of price. And purely because nobody even gives a shit about it. And I seem to be the only one who loves it. It's my baby. It's the one that is very least amount known, probably to the community. Oh, it's my baby. It's in the Internet of Things. It's at 0.008. It's down 99% from the top. And I can only say it once, twice, and 1,000 times. This is the one that I think is the most undervalued, but not because of the reasons people think. Because I think things like Solo and Corium are going to have a much higher price than DGB. And if you're not understanding what DGB is, you still need to know DGB circulating supply is not all roses, ladies and gentlemen. So when we talk about price projections, it still has 16 billion coins in circulation, 16.7, and a total circulating supply of 21 billion. But that's still 1/5, or about almost, it's about 26% the circulating supply of XRP's max when it gets to its max. So, yeah, maybe less than 25%. So yeah, it's got a lot of opportunity here. And DGB's in the Internet of Things. If you don't know what the Internet of Things is, it's basically the smart phase here. We're in the smart chapter of human history we're going into, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate. Think of your smart cars, smart houses, mainly smart cities. Just wink, winks, nudge, nudge. Just look at those things. But yeah, that's one of them that's going to be there. You have DGB, you have IOTA. That was my cat jumping onto my house from the car. So you have DGB, VeChain, IOTA, Theta, Filecoin, and DGB obviously, within the Internet of Things tokens. I might have missed one, but those are the ones that I focus on. So, oh yeah, that was Ghost. I don't know what she's doing, but she definitely jumped up for some reason. So, but DGB, I think DGB is the biggest sleeper out there. DGB at its high, and it's no secret to anybody who's been. I mean, look where DGB was at. When I sold DGB, I've told the story a million times. I bought 10,000 tokens when I bought XRP, and DGB was at 0.005 and some change. Or 0.05 and some change. So just over 5 cents. When I sold it, it was well over, I always say 16, but I'm pretty sure it was over 17. But even at 16, I mean, you look at where it went from the top. So I sold 10,000 tokens. Think of it this way. I bought them for 500 bucks. I sold them for 1,600. I bought back 72,222 tokens for $420. So I got it for $1,100 cheaper, and I got 7.2 times more. So just think about that. And DGB right now at 0.08. What is it, about 95% off? Approaching 96%. So, yeah. Heard they got hacked today. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Hey. Yeah. Whoa. Remember when I, thank you for pointing this out. I told myself I would not bring up the XRP Ledger hack unless somebody else did. Who talked about this a very long time ago? And don't worry, like the Zoom and stuff, you're fine. But there were certain aspects of maybe the more shady parts of the ledger. But who brought this up a very long time ago and got a lot of slack for it and said they left it vulnerable. It's not that I don't like it. It's just the ledger was vulnerable. I did bring that up a very long time ago, and I took a lot of heat, a lot of unsubscriptions. But I wasn't saying not to use it. I wasn't saying it was complete trash. I was just saying with one of the updates, you know. So it was just, I seen that and I got excited. Nobody had mentioned it yet. And then all of a sudden, the Wawa said, they talked about it. I can't help it if it's news. I can't help that Santa is in charge of delivering presents on Christmas. Or the Easter Bunny is on Easter. The Tooth Fairy takes away our old teeth. I'm not one to judge. But I don't know. I just try to put stuff out there that I see that doesn't seem right. But I don't know. It probably won't be on anywhere. But anyhow, I'm not going to focus on that. But thank you for pointing it out. So yeah, with XRP now, after we look at DGB, I'm going to take a really close look real quick on DGB. I know a lot of people have left because I'm talking about DGB. Look what happened. 89 people. Well, not everybody left. 89. 89, okay. It's more than I thought. I thought for sure we'd be in the 70s now that we're on DGB. It always happens. So let's get rid of these shorter. Oh, shoot. I probably should have kept that. That's the technical move, but we can always put that back in. I just want to get I want to take this out kind of like this so that I can actually see something here with DGB. Because this formation's been going on for a minute, so it's time to do our due diligence. I like DGB. And I've got the longer pattern up, but I'm talking about for the shorter perspective. To see how do we get out of this region already for DGB. It's massively undervalued in my opinion. Massively undervalued. Nobody appreciates my baby. It's okay though. I do. You do. Everybody who watches understands. And I like how some of you immediately knew we were going to DGB when they asked. How did you all know? But this is what I'm basing it. This is how I'm looking at the current structure. Yes, I have a much bigger structure formed. So unless I pull it out like this, it's going to look weird. But it's in a much bigger rising channel resistance. So in order you break over this and then you try to retest the resistance. That's all this is telling us, to see if we can get back up here to retest. And now it went back to XRP, son of a bitch. Why does it always do that? Completely ruined my page, damn it. I don't like how it does that. You're going to check DGB after? Excellent. You're still here, Tanya? Great. I hope that made sense with what I was saying with the H-bar. Oh, let's see. I need to put this into a smaller time frame. I could live with that. I might be able to live with this. I think I can figure this out. I think we can come to a... I think we can come to a logical little move here. That we can actually look, because this is coming up to the apex point. Beautiful time. I'm glad somebody asked about the sleeper. Now, the sleeper might be going down, but don't judge too harshly on the sleeper. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Sometimes you can't just use the wick just because it's a wick. You have to actually find the proper retracement. There we go. That's what we're in right now for DGB. That's what we're in for DGB. You break up, you're retesting 888. You break down, you're going down to 747. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's what's going on with DGB. And if we look at it from a bigger formation, because it looks like it was trying to put in a sneaky bear flag, but it flipped it into a bull flag. So if all different crypto firms sell at different prices, what price to sell it at, do you think there would be some kind of money glitch? Money flowing is money flowing. You can't have them all going in at the same time. But, you know, with the trading bots, all these companies, some of them are selling, some of them are buying. So, I mean, what price? I don't think it's really a price. I just think it's what amount of liquidity would come in that would shoot it upside down. How much liquidity would have to come into where they couldn't buy fast enough is the question I always wonder. So, but DGB proved like on a rising channel how they're bearish reversals. See how DGB was on a rising channel back here? This entirety of this. Hit the resistance, came down, corrected. Now we have to see. So, XRP, somebody said the daily close. We'll get to that in just a sec. And then after I get to that, I'm out. I got stuff to do here tonight. The kids, I know, because I seen Julie at the door, are probably becoming a little, it's time for like getting ready for showers and stuff like that. So I know I'm needed. But we've had a hell of a time already here. I know it's been 36 awesome minutes. I like Flare as well. I bought some 10,000 Flare at like 008 whatever. But XLM still, if we can bounce off of here and don't lose this support at 12 cents, we still have a technical breakup over 15 cents. So remember that. We're just now within what's kind of been created as an inside-out wedge between converging patterns. XRP in the daily time frame, and we're still in this bull flag, so don't forget that. Little bearish to start, but nothing major yet. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it pulls back up here. If we continue down, we know the consolidation where it's at. You very well could have a consolidation back down if we look at it logically. Depends where we hit it. If it hits out today, tomorrow, the next day, you could be looking at around 58 cents. It's just once you break that 60-cent mark, it becomes very volatile. Especially, you can lose 60, but when you lose 595, expect. So basically it works like this. You lose 595, you would expect a drop down to roughly 585. So there's your little error of correction. And you lose that, you then look at 55-cent area. So that's what I got here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. If you appreciated this live in any way, please make sure to hit that like button. Share this on social media and subscribe to the channel, please. It would really help. Join the other 19,400 subscribers. If you're like, oh my God, I love this guy's work and I really need to show him some support. I think he's underpaid. He doesn't do any paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships of any kind, and he's here all the time for us. Shares his portfolio for free. Shares his knowledge for free. You can always send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army. If you're looking to trade crypto, XRP or your favorite crypto, video description below, I put in the exchanges I use, lowest spot fees that I've found. You can futures trade or spot trade in the USA or abroad. USA, no KYC with BITUNIX at least until January of 24. So take advantage of it while you can. And then other than that, that's it. Bitcoin, we're still fighting 42,663. Bottom side of it, you can always make the run back down to 39,200 area. As long as you hold that, you would have a bullish bounce still. That it needs to come down there in one way or another to retest the broadening wedge breakout. You hold that, you could have a logical move up to 52,000. Minimum move up to 47,000. But the catalyst is you've got to break over and hold 42,663. Have a blessed evening.